The materials that you're going to need for this project are going to be your yarn, a 6mm hook, a pair of scissors, and a needle to weave in your ends. To begin, you are going to make a slip knot, then insert your hook into the slip knot. Then you're going to make a chain. This is on their belly. You're going to make a chain that goes from their neck. If you have a boy, you're going to want to do it just before their parts so that they don't pee on it. If you're doing a girl, then you can go for as long as you feel like you want to. I did a big dog, my English bulldog. I did a chain of 35, I believe. And now I'm doing a little dog, so I'm going to make a smaller chain. I did a chain of 20, so now I'm going to chain 2 more. And I'm going to insert my hook into the 3rd chain and make a half double crochet. And I'm just going to continue to half double crochet all the way down my chain. So now that you've half double crocheted all the way down your row, you are going to chain 2, turn your work, and you're going to half double crochet into the back loop only. So this is the front loop, the middle loop, and then the back loop. And you will continue to do that all the way down your row. And then you're going to repeat this pattern until this piece goes from one side of your dog to the other side. 8 rows was enough for me, so now I am going to cut and tie off my yarn. And now I am going to start on the back piece. So for the back piece, you are going to make it's going to be longer and it's going to be wider. So I'm going to chain my 20 and then figure out how many more I need from there. But you want your chain to go from the back of their neck to almost to their tail, but not quite. I did 30 chains. Now I'm going to chain 2 more. And I'm going to half double crochet into the 3rd chain from my hook. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did for this piece. It's going to be bigger than this one though. You're going to want it at least 4 rows bigger, but you want it to go from one side of the dog to the other side so that it's like over the shoulders. I'll show you once I get done what I mean. Once you finish the larger piece, you will cut and tie it off. So here's why I said you need it to be bigger than the bottom piece, so that when you sew it together, your legs are going to be on the bottom like this and not flailing out on the side like that. So now we are going to work on the legs, and to do that, make a slip knot. Then you're going to make a chain that is a multiple of 3, however long you want your there was my dog. For however long you want the sleeve to be, I'm going to do 12. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then I'm going to chain 2 more. And I'm going to half double crochet into the 3rd chain from my hook and continue to half double crochet down the chain. Now you are going to chain 1, turn your work, and single crochet into the back loop only. You're going to back loop, single crochet, 1/3 of the way down. So for me, that is going to be 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1, turn your work, and single crochet into the back loop only all the way up. Four. Now chain 2, turn your work, and put a half double crochet into the back loop only. And when you get to the end of the 4, you are just going to go right here and continue to go down. You will continue to do this until the sleeve is big enough to wrap around your dog's leg. You don't want it to be too tight, so just keep that in mind. You're going to end the row on the opposite side of your string, so you're going to end it on this side. Here's what the leg should look like once you're finished. Now you're going to fold it in half like that. Chain 1, and you're going to insert your hook into this side and then into the other side, just like that, and make a slip stitch. And you are going to slip stitch all the way up until you get to here. Once it's all slip stitched up, you are going to chain 2. Then you're going to insert your hook into this stitch. It'll be easier if you crochet in your end. Just make a half double crochet and put a half double crochet into every row until you get back to the beginning. Slip stitch into your first half double crochet, just like that, and then you are going to take your project and you are going to fold your leg in half, just like this, and you are going to slip stitch it to the smaller piece first. So chain 1, insert into, sorry, you gotta count your stitches and then divide that in half and then count it on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I'm going to insert into the leg, then insert into the body piece, and I'm going to make a slip stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch till I get to the top of the body piece. Now that it's on the smaller piece, I'm going to grab the larger piece and do the same thing. Go into the leg and then go into the larger piece and make a slip stitch, and do this till you get all the way around your leg. Now at the end of the leg, you are going to slip stitch the big piece to the little piece. So go into the little piece and then the big piece and make a slip stitch. Just continue to slip stitch all the way down until you reach the end of the small piece. Now you're going to cut and tie off your yarn and do the same thing for the other leg. Now turn your work right side out And this is what it will look like. Just like this. The legs are on the bottom. Can't really see very well. Need to get better lighting. But now we are going to do the neck. So take your yarn and make a slip knot. And then attach it about in the middle or so of the bottom. And you are going to make a chain depending on how you want it to be. If your dog has a long neck, then make a longer chain. If it has a shorter neck, then make a shorter chain. If you want it to fold over itself like that, then you're going to want to make a longer chain. But I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll do 8. I'm going to do 8 chains, and then I'm going to chain one more, and I'm going to single crochet into each chain just like this until I get to the last chain. Alright, just like that. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the next row. Just like that. That will end the row, and then slip stitch into the next row. And that's going to be like your chain 1. You are going to skip the slip stitches. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to front post, single crochet, and to do that just go into the stitch before and then out the stitch, and you'll get that. And then make a single crochet, continue to do that all the way up. You're going to want to count and make sure that you have the right number and you haven't dropped any, because when you do this, it's quite easy to drop a stitch. Okay, so we have that. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and now chain 1, turn your work. Then again, front post, single crochet. Front post, single crochet. Slip stitch to end your row, and then slip stitch into the next row to begin your next one. You are going to continue to do this all the way around for the neck. You've gone all the way around the neck. You are going to fold inside out. Then you are going to take your yarn and chain 1. Put your 2 ends together, insert into the other end, and then the end that you have, and just make a slip stitch and slip stitch all the way down, and then you are going to cut and tie off your yarn, then weave in all of your ends, and that will end it. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.